Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Victor.
I'm Dylan.
Welcome to this week's episode of Throne Talk. Episode 4 of Game of Thrones Season 8 happened last night. And man, what an episode.
Damn it.
This is probably the most controversial episode that I've seen in a long time. Before we get too deep, let's mention the biggest news of last night's episode. There was a Starbucks cup in Daenerys's vicinity in one of the scenes. I feel like it would be a shame if we didn't mention it, but that is wild. Like if you're
how did that get missed?
If you're Emilia Clarke and you have the Starbucks and you realize after a take that it's there, and then they're like, all right, we're just gonna go on to the next scene. You're like shitting yourself for a year, and then you finally see the end product and it's there. That's wild. A lot of people are not a fan of the of that. But Dean, what is your take on it?
It has to be on purpose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They filmed it so long ago. It's been through post-production, editing. There's no way somebody missed that. So it might have just been like a little Easter egg they threw in there. Because honestly, I didn't notice it. I'm not looking at the fucking table. You know what I mean? I'm looking at their faces, the acting.
Beautiful Emilia Clarke.
So it was they probably did that on purpose. I'm waiting to see something. Although if they admit that it was on purpose, no one will believe them.
Yeah, at this point.
So who knows? I don't know. I honestly don't give a shit.
What do you think, Victor?
I think probably they did different takes, and that was the best one. So they probably were like, "Fuck it, just leave it."
Yeah, but they could have edited it out. I feel like they could put fucking dragons.
That's where the budget
went. Cup out. Yeah.
What do you think, Dylan?
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, it was funny when someone caught it, but this sort of thing has happened. I read an article that there's a big part in Downton Abbey too that had a water bottle in the background, like a plastic water bottle. So I don't know. This stuff happens, I think, a lot. But I think it was just the scale of the episode, I think, just made it blow up, obviously.
Yeah, all the eyes on the internet.
That's true.
Like Dean said, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah. Let's I figured, we'd mention it. Everyone in the world and their moms is talking about it. So let's start the episode off. We have the funeral pyres that are being burned. Many funeral pyres. And we see our first look at Ghost, which is really good that he survived. Unfortunately, I think Ghost as a character in this season is criminally underused. But Jon Snow gives a very good speech, kind of, these men were the shields that defended all men. And Jon is just, in this episode, I think he really comes off as a fantastic leader, and it was a very touching speech that he gave. What do you guys think about
it? Sorry.
What the hell?
Hold on, can you guys see this?
No. You got to talk.
Somebody photoshopped the Bill Miller's cup. Oh shit! So I'm going through Twitter looking at what people are saying about the episode. Yeah, dude, Jon really kind of stepped up to the plate and really kind of made everybody rally behind him even more. I feel like, and when they're celebrating at night, everyone's calling him king and shit. And Daenerys is just
dude, she looks hella pissed.
Dude, nothing is going her way right now. No. I think she's gonna fucking destroy everybody.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, things are not going well for her, the man queen.
No, dude, it sucks. I'm so upset for Daenerys right now.
What do you think, Victor?
I guess it's just kind of all leading to what I told Dean. I think it's the tide's turning at the right time. I think she's going to start doing bad stuff like her ancestors, and Jon's going to wind up accepting it and sitting on the throne.
Might be right, dude. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now.
What about you, Dylan?
Yeah, it seems like they're setting him up for something bad next week. It seems like that's what this show does, is they set a character up and put him on a pedestal, and then they just crush your dreams the next week, like with Robb.
Yeah.
they've done that a couple different times. I don't know. I just feel like something bad is headed towards his way because, like, it seems like they're going in opposite directions. Obviously, him and Danny.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's like, I think Dean said it last week. There's still a lot to wrap up here, and
2 episodes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and real quick, going back to the episode, and you guys were talking about shit that was bothering you about the battle.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't they make like those barriers farther out of the castle and like maybe like add one like those fire barriers? That shit bothered me. But we can go back. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
No,
all
yeah,
bad.
their whole battle strategy was odd, you know. It just I've seen this battle strategy torn apart on the internet last week, and it's just not good. I think that's the best way to say it. I think they put themselves at a lot of risk that they didn't need to. During the celebration, Gendry is named Gendry Baratheon, Lord of
Hell yeah,
Stormland.
dude. Fuck yes.
Fantastic. He is super stoked. Arya gets props for killing the Night King. A really wonderful scene is seen of Tywin and Tyrion drinking. Which
They
is,
you mean Jamie?
oh, I'm sorry. Tyrion and Jaime.
I was like, Tywin's dead, dude.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. They almost brushed over the fact that Arya did anything.
Yeah.
It was like a mention from Daenerys, and then everyone's kind of like, okay. No one's like, where's she at? Let's go hang out with her. Like, no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
Although I took notes last night.
I did too. I got notes here too, buddy.
Oh, the first note I took was, what do you think Daenerys whispered to Jorah right before they set him on fire?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't focus that much on it, but
she's like,
maybe blood of my blood, something like that.
His body's on the pyre. They're getting ready to set everyone up.
Uh-huh.
And she goes over to him and she puts her hand on him and she leans down and she like whispers something in his ear. Yeah. It'd be interesting to find out what it was.
Maybe I love you, something or other.
I'm gonna kill everybody, don't you worry, something.
Dracarys.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I also wanted to talk about Tormund, who's again amazing in this episode.
Poor guy.
Yeah, but he's so quick to move on.
I know.
Even funny.
Yeah, Brienne leaves with Jaime, and Tormund is a mess. And a northern girl sets her sights on Tormund, and
she's southern to him.
True that. Yeah, but he's quick to compromise.
Yeah, he's all happy too. It's not even like reluctantly. He's like, okay.
I just hope that it's not the last we see of them, because the wildlings, because he's a pretty big part of how Jon has become, you know.
Yeah, that's another thing I wrote down is like,
yeah, they really wrote off a lot of characters.
It was like, bye Felicia, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
You know, and honestly, if that's the last we see of Tormund, I'll be glad. One, because that means he doesn't die, and two, they're gonna do spin-off shows, so hopefully they do a spin-off show with him and the Wildlings.
That would be tight.
Which would be great.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was at with that, because it's like, if he goes with them, there's the possibility that he'll die, and I don't think I can handle it because I love Tormund.
Yeah, you already lost Sir Beric. You don't want to lose Tormund also.
Dude, right? Fuck. And so it was I'm like hit or miss with them leaving. I'm like, well, shit. Like, the Wildlings are such great characters. Tormund, again, amazing. And then it's just like, all right, we'll see you guys later. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. Dylan, what did you think about the Wildlings and Tormund sort of being written off?
Yeah, they're just piecing out, I guess, during like one of the main battles to get,
they're like
everyone's thing. I don't really understand. I don't know, like, if they're gonna come flying in at the end or something.
Yeah.
Or like what their deal is. Maybe there's just not, like, because my buddy and I are talking about this. Maybe there's just not that many wildlings left. You know?
Yeah, I don't think there is.
They've been through so many battles by now.
Yeah, the Battle of the Bastards.
Well, even before that, like
when they laid siege to the wall.
Yeah, Hardhome. There's the Wall, Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, true that. There's probably not that many left.
Yeah.
Or they could just be saying goodbye. It's a backup plan.
That's
what I'm saying?
that's what I'm
That's true.
thinking, like as a secret thing or something. But
Yeah.
Dylan, I was saying, I don't know if you were back yet, but I was saying that I'm kind of hoping that they do leave because they're supposed to be like spin-off shows, and I'm kind of hoping they do one with Tormund.
they probably could, for how like liked of a character I feel he is. Like
Right.
he's
Fantastic
definitely
personality.
one of my favorite. How bummed were you guys to see when like Brienne just blew him off?
Yeah, I was
I
pretty
was pretty
upset.
bummed. This episode, I feel like had I, maybe it would have been too fan servicey to have her and Tormund hook up,
That's
but
true.
to have her and Jamie hook up was so
Dude.
out of left field for me.
What, dude? They've
I-
been teasing that since they've been on the road
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I was
don't
like,
know. My wife
about
and I were
time.
both like,
Jesus.
Yeah, I imagine myself in that meme of that little girl in the car who's just like sitting there, like,
Oh, Chloe.
yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
It's like
Yeah.
that whole scene. I was more weirded out by that scene than I was the Arya Stark one.
Yeah,
Oh, dude. Yeah, no. For me, I was just like, oh, it's like about time.
yeah.
I thought it was funny that she was a virgin the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I guess. I
Well,
mean,
didn't she tell, or didn't like Jamie get that out of her at some point in the earlier seasons, or like
he did.
hinted at it and she like blew it
Yeah.
off or something?
Yeah, when he was playing the game, he certainly knew a lot of information from their earlier conversations. I think you're
Right.
right. I have to go back and watch it, but
Yeah,
I'm
I'd have to go
certain
back
that
and
he
watch.
knew that she may have been a virgin. Now, I personally called it where Braun comes in to Winterfell and
Yeah.
says like, "Yo, like your offer was pay me double. What's double River Run?" And
Oh,
then, like,
you did call that. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel pretty good. And Braun, being such a fantastic character, punches Tyrion in the face and then almost shoots Jamie. And I think the thing my wife and I were wondering is like, how did he just sneak in past, the guards, just snuck in? Like, if he was there with bad intentions to kill Daenerys, it seems like he could have done it pretty easily.
Yeah,
That's some
it's
Dark
fucking
Knight
fun, dude.
Rises shit there.
Yeah, he needs 20 good men to impregnate the bitch, but he can't. I don't see how he could do it by himself. But he gets in there, and I love Braun. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to go fighting. He's like, I'll be around. You guys just don't die. So I hope.
Yeah.
I really, really would have hoped that we would have seen more of Braun this season, but it seems like he's just going to be in the background again.
Yeah.
But I am pretty proud of that.
Let's see. What do I have written next?
The next thing in the show was Arya and Sansa kind of giving Daenerys the side eye during the generals meeting, and then having a word with Jon Snow.
Actually, the next thing I've written down is fucking Sansa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
they
she's
just
being
can't
such
get
a
over this.
bitch.
They can't get over this, and I certainly don't think Daenerys at this point is the best person to be on the throne. But Daenerys makes an excellent point. Like, yo, I lost almost everything coming here to help y'all, and then now y'all still are going to be difficult about bending the knee. What do you
Now,
guys think about that?
yeah, agreed. Even Arya's like, well, shit, like,
Yeah, she would have been dead.
yeah,
Flat out.
but I don't know, man. I'm getting really fucking pissed off with Sansa,
Yeah.
which is saying a lot because I started to really like her last season.
Uh huh.
I don't know. I never really rooted for that character. She was kind of annoying, kind of stupid. But in this episode, she makes a good point when she finally talks to the Hound. She's like, if it wasn't for any of that stuff that happened, I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't be where I am right now. And I was like, oh shit, like she's kind of like owning up and like
Yeah.
and coming into her own. And then she still pulls this dumb shit. I'm just like,
Real quick,
oh my god.
Manny is in the chat. He says, "What up, putas?" And he says, "Does Danny have more dragons?" And he says, "Zach, chug something." We'll mention the chug something on our next, probably 2 episodes of Collecting Weekly. There's this new channel that I can't get enough of.
Jesus.
I literally can't get enough of it. It's addicting.
It's not like
It's fantastic. We'll talk about the end of this on our off
yeah.
But yeah, I just at the next day, John is told that he's riding south, and he slights the fuck out of Ghost.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Now,
I literally have
for
here,
me,
John leaves Ghost sad face.
so John was given Ghost in the first episode of season 1, maybe the second, and I feel like maybe there's some symbolism there of John sort of relinquishing the Stark in him of the direwolf, and
Yeah.
maybe accepting that he's a Targaryen.
Oh, that's a good one.
I agree.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I agree.
that's what I think about that because I mean you look at Ghost, so with the ear, the blood, how you not gonna pet your goodest boy? Give him one little pet, scratch on the good ear, you know, and he just
Right.
sends him off. And for me, that was so out of character. I think being all that they've been through, that it had to have some symbolism, and I think that that symbolism of him leaving the Stark name behind, uh, subconsciously maybe, but that's kind of what I got out of that. What do you guys
I
think?
was I was trying to think of the symbolism, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had mentioned what, an episode or two ago, where I was like, oh, the direwolves are all like connected with their characters.
Uh huh.
Because like Nymeria, she let go to be free, and Arya is kind of the same way. Like she said with Gendry, like, I'm not a lady. I'll
Yeah.
never be one. Like she's a fucking killer. So she's gonna go and do her own thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, now that you mention that about Ghost, it makes total sense. Like one, like Tormund says to John, he's like, you have wildling in you. Like you've already been north of the wall. Like you've been a free person.
Yeah.
So like you're already, like, it's in you. And so letting the wolf go with him is kind of like a piece of John, like to going north
Yeah.
of the wall. So I think you're right. I think you're right on the money there.
I don't think that they're leaving. I mean, because you got to think, are they writing Sansa off too? Because she's staying in Winterfell and everything's going to happen in King's Landing. So what if she shows up with the wildlings and ghosts? I'm telling you, dude.
That'd be fantastic. So Victor's making a claim here.
I'm telling you.
because Victor and I talked a little bit before, and he was saying that because Sansa makes the comment like, "Oh, I really wanted to see your sister get executed," to Tyrion.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like she's gonna stay there. I don't think. I think Victor's right. I think she might ride north
Because I mean, she
or
killed.
south.
Well, she killed Ramsay with the hounds, but she really hasn't killed anybody yet, right?
Right.
And
Correct.
so, like I said, like Arya gave her the dagger, kind of hinting she's gonna wind up showing up, and she's gonna wind up taking freaking Danny out. I'm telling you, just like I said last time.
No, Arya still has her dagger.
Well, no, she gave her the
Oh, the
Dragonstone dagger.
dragon
yeah.
glass. Yeah.
Yeah, dragon glass. Yeah.
That'd be twisted.
So my biggest complaint this season so far is how manufactured, like I keep saying this to my friend too, how manufactured the tension between Danny and Sansa seems to be. Like it's almost,
It's like tension for tension's sake.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it seems a little unwarranted, from like understandable right away, and then it's like, all right, be civil here, be rational. Then they go through the whole battle of Winterfell, and yeah, like you guys were saying last week, she's still like that, and it's like, come
Yeah, I agree.
on, just like move on here. We got, it's like, worry about who did you wrong more. Like worry about. I feel like Sansa should be more worried about Cersei than
Yeah. I
mad at
completely
Danny.
agree.
Now, you know.
Yeah, I think you have to put aside your differences for the greater good, and I feel like no one in this season can do that. There was a quote on from YouTube, which was really good. Now, Daenerys really wanted to push south, and Sansa was saying, "No, we should rest for a little bit." And this guy says, Varys says that Cersei's losing supporters every day, and Sansa says we should rest a bit since we just fought like 100,000 undead people. And then Danny immediately is like, well, every day I rest, my enemy grows stronger. So it's like, which one is it? Are they losing support every day? Or are they gaining support?
Yeah, I
Um,
thought that too. And then it's like, yeah, but you're also getting stronger because you people are resting.
Yeah, and I guess it kind of brings us to our next point: is if they had waited and the
They
dragons
wouldn't
are
have
full
lost the
strength,
dragon.
would Rhaegal have died?
No.
Yeah.
Now I think that this is a really bad writing that Rhaegal died. One, because how high they were and how low that island was. I feel like Danny would have easily have seen that fleet massing outside of Dragonstone,
Right.
and the writers and the directors have said like, oh well, with all that's happened, Danny kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet, and it's like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
And,
she lost a lot of her army already to them, didn't she?
Yeah.
A lot of her ships, they were burned at Highgarden or Casterly Rock.
Casterly Rock.
Yeah, Casterly Rock.
Yeah.
So it's just really annoying to see that that Rhaegal died the way he did. I mean, he went out nasty.
Dude,
Those
I was
scorpions,
like,
Brutal.
dude, right before it happened, I was like, something bad's about to happen.
it was way too
I was
positive
watching
of
it
a
with
thing.
Zach, and I was like, oh no, like this is not going good. Like it's going good, but that's not good.
Yeah,
And then sure enough, dude, fucking boom, right to the chest. I was like, fuck. And then I was thinking to myself, oh no, he'll be all right. Like
and
they
then the
take shit to
face.
the chest all the time, and then boom, right to the fucking neck. And I was like, shit. God
Yeah.
damn it. But hey, Drogon, he's the one, man.
Yeah, but the King's Landing defenses are heavily fortified.
Yeah.
They got, I don't know. I'm. This is the first time I've ever been genuinely scared for Daenerys and Drogon.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, they're so used to fucking destroying everybody, just
Mhm.
going in and just fucking wrecking shop, that they're not used to having weapons capable
arm
pointed at them.
Mhm.
Because she's really only dealt with that once on the
Yeah, and it
King's
was a
Road.
single scorpion from one archer.
Yeah,
Who wasn't able
and-
to fire a two-handed.
yeah, and so to have them on ships and then on the fucking wall every 60 feet, I see what you mean. It's like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
but I was talking to Victor. I was like, how come she didn't just like circle behind the ship?
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I was
that didn't
yelling
make
at the
any sense.
screen about
Yeah,
that.
I was like, even if they could rotate 360, and
The
if
dragon's got to be faster.
if she came low enough, yeah, and if she came low enough, they'd have to shoot through their own sails or their own ships
Yeah.
to get to her. So I was kind of like, why the fuck did she just tuck tail? What was that about?
Not only did
just
she tuck
left.
tail, but her strategy was to try to dive bomb and put, Drogon directly in the line of fire of everything. And I think that was a bad decision. What do you guys think, Victor?
Well, like what Dean was saying, it just didn't make any sense. She's on a dragon. They're stationary. They shoot one way. She could have turned him and then came around the side or behind him.
Well, see, those things rotated, but even at that, it's like, well, then come from directly above.
Yeah.
Like you can
I don't
fucking
know.
fly. They're
Or they should just bounce and left. She just
Yeah, they
fucking
could
left him
move
there.
X and Y. You can move X, Y, and Z. Like, go fucking use the altitude to your advantage. I don't know. It just fucking.
And Tyrion's like watching her like fly away, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then kaboom, game over.
Yeah,
Kind of going back to what Dylan said, it seems like it's just tension for tension's sake.
yeah.
You know?
Well,
Which
yeah,
I wouldn't mind if there wasn't, 2 episodes left?
Yeah.
right.
It's like, give me a whole fucking season of this shit.
Speaking of
Yeah.
things that maybe were cut for time, I feel like so much important shit happened off screen. We had John telling his sisters about his lineage that happened off screen.
Yes.
Sunday
Yeah.
being captured off screen.
Oh,
Because if I was in a shipwreck with what had happened, my initial reaction wouldn't be like, oh, Missandei is captured. It'd be like, oh, she probably drowned. Yet everyone seems to know right away that she was captured, which means they probably saw it happen, which means we should have seen it happen because it just
Yeah.
was so odd to me.
yeah.
Really,
Yeah, because he's like, where are you, Missandei? And then the next thing you see is
Cersei.
Euron at King's Landing with her. And I was like, wait, what? It would have
Yeah,
taken
that
them
was really
days
quick.
to get back.
Yeah.
Because
Like-
now they're trying to. I mean, there's 2 episodes left. They got to fucking hurry up.
Dude, I cannot believe they killed Missandei like that.
Yeah. Now,
She's
of
my
course,
favorite.
they beheaded Missandei, Cersei, and Mace, Qyburn, rather.
Mace Windu.
Qyburn and Tyrion met to discuss terms of surrender on both ends.
Yeah.
And, of course, there wasn't a surrender to be had, which led to Missandei being beheaded. Absolutely brutal. Grey Worm finna fuck shit up big time. Daenerys fixing to fuck shit up big time. I thought it was
Dude.
kind of a weird move that she had Drogon there so close to the Scorpions. I mean, I'm not sure what the range is on those things, but I feel like he wasn't that far from them, and he was not flying, which is like it's just a sitting target. And I honestly thought that Tyrion was going to die when the archers.
So did I. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
for
was
sure
that was
he's
a
going.
good was a good tension moment, like one that
Exactly.
wasn't
Exactly.
like should have been there. Same with like so speaking of off the camera ones, my biggest one was when Jon Snow told Sansa and Arya or
Right.
had Bran tell him. I wish that was a good potential scene to see some good acting in it, and they just skipped over that one.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't.
that would have been a total validation of Sansa's distrust of Daenerys. Like,
Exactly.
and I feel like not only did that happen off screen, but Sansa clearly told Tyrion about it because he knew
Yeah.
on the boat, and that also happened off screen. So it's like,
Yeah,
if you're gonna fucking give us like
that
20 minutes,
one. That one got lost in translation with my friend and I, when in that conversation with Varys and Tyrion, and they start talking about how like they knew, and we're like, oh, okay, so she did tell him there. We weren't exactly sure. They kind of cut it off,
yeah,
you know. And speaking of which, Varys is one of my favorite characters, along obviously with same guy as Dean, brain farting.
Sir
Tormund?
Beric Dondarrion.
No, Tormund.
Yeah,
But like I
yeah,
love
Sir Beric,
Varys
you're
just
right, Sir
because he's Varys seems like he's pretty pure, like he's got no reason to do anything other than the best, like what he says.
yeah, and
And
sometimes the things that he does aren't objectively in our favorite character's best interest, but he's never done something that's not in the best interest of the realm.
exactly.
I gotta
Like
give him
you
props for
start
that.
off you start off hating him in the first two seasons, and then
Yeah.
later on by now you're like, okay, like he actually is trying to do what he thinks is best for the majority of the people. Like he's my pick, by the way, for the throne. I'm like, this weird ass show has got to put someone obscure on the throne, and I bet you it's like gonna be him or something like
Yeah,
that.
part of me has always thought that Varys would end up on the
He's-
throne, but it's
he's
such a slim
pretty-
chance. That...
He's pretty
Yeah.
vocal. He's pretty vocal about what's going on. He's not happy, and you
Yeah.
kind of never really seen him that way because,
Yep.
it's pretty awesome. It's awesome to see him that way. And
Yeah,
just,
I like- Yeah, I like when he straight up told Danny, like, look, you told me if you're ever going down a wrong path, like to tell you,
Yep.
and I'm fucking telling you.
Yes.
So
That
what do
was
you guys
huge.
what do you guys think that Varys is going to do? He left the conversation with Tyrion very set on what needed to be done.
I think he's gonna end up getting killed for treason.
Really?
I
That would be a terrible end for that character.
I mean, she told him, if you fucking sneak behind my back,
How my
I'll
dragon's fucking
yeah, dude, like you're fucking done, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, are you kidding me? Even Tyrion tells him, like, don't, like
Yeah.
whatever you're thinking, don't. And Varys is like, sorry, I think he's gonna get cooked.
Do you guys think that Tyrion is not as good of an advisor in this season as he was in previous? I feel like he's kind of a little scared of Dany and making irrational decisions based on that
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
He
And
doesn't. Yeah.
and like going back to that Varys thing, like if he doesn't get the throne, yeah, then he'll die by something like that, I bet. But I still don't fully understand where he's gonna go with it, or like because he kind of shows. Does he full out show support for Jon Snow? Because he's definitely not going back to Cersei. It's like who will he support after this? That's kind of the only area where seems gray with him.
Yeah, it sounds
'Cause
like he's rooting for John now, but
It kind of does, but I just feel like whatever he does now to Danny will obviously be his own thing, because it almost wouldn't better John, if he got the throne by killing her. But I don't know, maybe it would make it easier for him. Who knows?
Yeah. Who's still alive that I didn't realize who's still alive that may actually play a bigger role this season? Robin Aaron of the Vale. I thought he died, but according to the wiki, he's alive.
which one's Robin Aaron?
From the Vale, that weird kid that was like breastfeeding.
Oh,
Like,
the little boy.
the little wimp with the can't shoot the arrow or the bow. He's
Yeah.
still alive, and he's the lord of his house, so he could definitely play a bigger role in this season. How do you guys feel that they've handled Bran in this episode? I just feel like he's completely useless. Just to this point, he hasn't done anything. He's been bait for the Night King, and then he warged into a raven, which didn't do anything because the Night King always knows where he's at in the last episode. But this episode, he makes a kind of a quip at John, telling him the choice is his to disclose the secret. But I feel like there's nothing that can happen in the next 2 episodes that's going to make everything we've had to witness with Bran worth it. What do you guys think?
I think that, they make it seem like he's kind of useless. And like I said about the whole him sending the Ravens off, I think there's something else that's going to happen.
Okay.
Whether I think it's him, I don't know if he can like show everybody the truth. Maybe he's going to show everybody the truth and back John up. He's going to do something big. Something's. There's 2 episodes left. Something big's going to happen where everything can get explained, and then maybe everybody can it'll be left up to everybody to be like, well, shit, John's been through just as much as everybody else. Let's go with John, or you know what, we're going to stay with Danny. I don't know what the hell's going to happen, but once I told y'all John was going to tell his sisters, that was going to set the tone for these next 2 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm so scared for Daenerys. Because,
she is going mad. She's going mad.
She literally has no one left.
Yep.
She doesn't have Jorah. She doesn't have Missandei. She doesn't have the fucking Dothraki, probably looks like. She only has
someone on
Grey Worm.
YouTube last night says she lost Jorah, she lost the Dothraki, she lost Rhaegal, she lost Viserion, she lost Missandei, she lost her claim to the throne, she's losing Jon. The Mad Queen has awakened. And I really felt that stare down at the end of the episode. She was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And shout out to Missandei, the last words, Dracarys. That
I like that.
That hit me in the feels.
I didn't. I told Dean earlier, I was like,
What would you rather have said or have said?
I would have, if I would have preferred, because I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm just kidding. But for her to say something to Grey Worm, you know what I'm saying?
I love you, Grey Worm.
Yeah, exactly. Something simple like that. She's about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, not burn it all. Like look right at him and tell him, I love you. When she said that, I was like, oh shit, here comes the dragon. Like, here we go.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah,
he's gonna light some shit up.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to her.
Yeah.
But BT Dub, I got Daenerys right here. I don't know if you could see her little blue outfit.
I got Viserion right here with a little Santa hat because he's the ice dragon.
He's adorable.
No, he's fantastic. BuzzFeed was very disappointed in last night's episode.
Dude, I'm not
God.
even gonna talk. That's such a stupid fucking article. I'm not even gonna. Yeah.
At this point, I don't know if it's satire. I just don't know. But
they killed Missandei, so it's racist and
because she was in chains
and misogynistic.
She says Missandei's death in the show is the show at its racist and misogynistic worst. They literally put her back in chains before chopping her head off to further the plot of other white/male characters. What a dumb fucking complaint. You're a fucking prisoner. Of course you're going to be in shackles. And
on a make-believe fucking show.
Yeah, Dylan, we're talking about BuzzFeed's SJW-ness. Now, this is a show packed full of non-social justice topics. Rape in this universe is somewhat acceptable. Prostitution is rampant. There are social castes and hierarchies. Bastards are treated like shit. Murder is kind of just a thing that happens. This is not a politically correct show by any means. Yet this is where BuzzFeed makes the stand. It's just wild to me.
Yeah, out of all the things, it's like low-hanging fruit for something to get pissed about for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the last things I wanted to talk about, Jamie.
What
the fuck happened to Jamie?
He hit it and quit it, and then he said he was addicted to Cersei. And I don't know. I feel like maybe he's going to do something cool. Maybe he's going to kill Cersei. But
okay,
in the same breath, I don't have high hopes.
I always thought Jamie was going to kill Cersei, right? Well, I talked about it, 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, you did.
I think, because now this isn't so much in the show, but it is in the books, that Cersei gets killed by her younger brother. That's in her prophecy that witch told her.
The frog lady.
But now I'm thinking the Hound and Arya have teamed back up.
fuck yes, they're about to go
I
kill the
think
mountain
she's
and
Yeah.
gonna.
Cersei.
I think she's gonna kill Cersei as Jamie.
I
Ooh.
didn't really get
Mm.
upset with Jamie leaving because I think even though he said all that weird ass shit, I believe that he believes that he's the only one that can get close enough to her and understands her to stop her.
So, like, what he said was like, "Well, I'll keep my mission a secret because if anybody finds out, I'm toast."
Well, I mean, he
But
fought for
she-
the living. He fell in love. It's time to go fucking put this shit to the end. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
but-
saying?
She's already hired someone to kill him. I don't see him getting that close.
True that.
You know what I mean? Like he's already wanted for treason.
Yeah.
I don't see him just marching into King's Landing on fucking welcome with a red carpet.
Well, maybe that would be the change. You know, if he dies trying to get in, maybe Cersei might have a change of heart. Who knows?
I don't know, but I'm thinking Arya wears his face,
That's a good point.
and the mountain kills, or the Hound gets to kill the mountain, and Arya gets to kill Cersei. Because the rest of Arya's prophecy is she'll shut green eyes, and
Cersei.
Cersei has green eyes.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
although I think one hiccup, doesn't the mask have to be someone who's dead?
I was just thinking that, and yes, which means you'd have to kill Jamie to get the mask.
Which I don't see her not killing him.
Well, actually, didn't the waif or didn't whoever the guy Jack and Hagar, didn't he have Arya's face?
Did he?
I'm almost
Oh
certain.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
so maybe they
did,
don't have
like,
to be dead.
show or something, or like
Yeah, it
give
was
her
just
a
really quick. Yeah, maybe it was a vision that she was having.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
think that's always. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look, but I if I'm a betting man, I think that's gonna be it. It's like Arya wants to kill Cersei, the Hound wants to kill the Mountain. They both just teamed up.
Yeah,
Do you
There's a-
think the Hound does it, huh?
I think they kill each other.
Clegane.
Oh yeah, that's probably better. Closer.
I
I
would-
think that
I would
it's gonna be a
prefer
rough.
if the Hound lived, because he's had such a really great story
Mhm.
of not redemption per se, but like he's not a bad guy.
No.
Right.
He's done shit things, but just for people that he worked for. And so he's kind of come around to like, I've been such a fucking prick. I don't know. He's just
It's a weird story arc because it's like he didn't really, or it's not really like a character progression like Danny or Arya. You know, like where they grow over the seasons and you see it all develop. There's not a whole lot of character development because they almost set you up when he starts joining that group where
Right.
he's like a carpenter. Where you're like, okay, maybe he's coming around, and then it's almost like he regresses back to how he was. But now it's like he's seen things and he's a little different because of them, but just barely.
yeah,
and we
like
still cheer for him.
he shows remorse when he joins the Brotherhood without banners and they go to the house where he robbed the family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The dad and the daughter have died, and like he feels really bad and he buries them. And it's like that's not
Mhm.
something he would have done before.
No,
He didn't even want to go in there because he felt so bad about what happened. Like,
I agree with you, Dean. I think he's gonna kill the Mountain. Well, he's got to show up at the right time to draw the Mountain away from freaking taking everybody out. So
Yeah.
he'll draw him away, bring him away from Cersei. He'll have his fight with his brother. I think he'll kill the Mountain, but he'll be so fucked up that he winds up dying while either Arya or somebody else kills Cersei.
yeah, or actually, now that you say that, he does mention to Arya. He's like, "Oh, are you gonna kill me if I get hurt again? Or are you gonna leave me to
Mhm.
die?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Maybe," but it's like he's on her list, so
Yeah.
maybe he gets wounded so badly that he can die, and she'll either kill
He's
him
like, he's like,
to
help
put
me
him out
and
of
just
his
take-
misery, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he'll
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
die.
I think you're right.
the show is so awesome because like those most things, it seems like people microanalyze way too much and it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But things like that, like what Hugh just said, makes 100% sense in this thing. And like, I was even thinking in my head when Sir Davos was talking about like the God of Light at the way beginning, like
Oh,
what
yeah.
does he have in store for us now? Now that we did that, he's just gonna fuck off or what?
Yeah.
Like maybe that like that's could be like a foreshadow about something
Yeah.
with the new gods or God of Light, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like even something like that, you sit there and microanalyze about this show, and I think that's what makes this show so interesting. Why we can do this pretty much.
Yep. Well, that's all that I had to say about Game of Thrones this week. We are going to be doing a show tomorrow at 4 Central Standard Time p.m. with our good friend Ian in England. That's going to be a regular episode of Collecting Weekly. If you liked hearing Dylan on today's episode of Throne Talk, he will be on our May 14th live stream of Collecting Weekly, which will go live to the podcast feed the next day. Dean, I have one rule for Game of Thrones Season 8, and that rule is if Jaime dies, we riot. And we're staying with it. We're staying with it.
Oh, man,
so who's you guys' characters where if they die, we riot? Dean, kick us off.
I mean, Tormund for sure, but like I said, he's gone, so I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's coming back. So Tormund for sure, I would be really upset if he died.
Yeah.
I guess Jon. Because I really like Daenerys, but I don't see her surviving. Just so many bad shit is happening to her.
Yeah.
I think Victor's right, or what you said earlier. Also, like the Mad Queen is like awaking. Like,
yeah,
she's gonna lose her shit, and so I don't see her surviving.
Yeah, Victor.
So yeah.
Well, my two favorite, of course, Jon. I'm all over Jon's nuts, and then Tyrion. They cannot kill Tyrion because I like that's like my backup plan. Like, if all goes well, like it's going, and I'm right about Jon, everybody will be like, oh, I think everybody will complain if Jon winds up sitting down.
Like it's too obvious?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's too obvious.
Yeah.
Dylan, who is your riot character?
Like I said, I would say Varys. I know he doesn't have a whole lot of story arc or anything, but I think he has some of the best dialogue scenes in the entire show.
Totally agreed.
Like in the others, like earlier seasons with Littlefinger, he's got some really good ones.
Yeah.
But so I would say Varys and Tormund, and it would be really tough to watch Tyrion die. Like mainly just because of like what he is, and it would be tough to just see him die at this point. I'm not super attached to him, but it would be rough to watch him go.
Yeah, true that. Because if he goes, it's not going to be pretty.
Right. Exactly.
Anyways, that's pretty much it for this Throne Talk. But I did promise I'll tell you about this new YouTube channel that I'm addicted to, and we'll talk about it more on Collecting Weekly's normal show. There's this YouTube channel called Badland Chugs, and this dude is fucking amazing. Now, YouTube is full of people with great talents. You got the Collecting Weekly crew, you got bodybuilders, you got PewDiePie, Ethan and Hila. This dude just chugs anything: water, soda, slushies, orange juice, drinks from other countries, and he chugs like I watched him chug a 2 liter of Sprite in 18 seconds, and the burps that he does are incredible. This is my most guilty pleasure YouTube channel. I literally can't stop watching. I've watched this channel and this guy's videos for like 3 days straight, nonstop. It's this is pushing the limits of the human experience what this man is doing. So check him out, Badland Chugs. It's the best channel on YouTube at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy topples the top creators for the #1 channel on YouTube. It's amazing. This is like, it's game changing. That's all I can say. And Manny wasn't a believer, and Manny started watching, and he can't get enough of it. This is like the new knife, the new hot knife thing.
Just stop.
This is gonna be an H3H3 reaction video to this dude's channel. This is the next hot knife.
The shoe knife. Did you guys ever see Shoe Knife way back when?
Thank you.
Hey guys, Shoe Knife, and about to eat a whole shoe.
Yeah, or like bars of soap, or just it was like, oh, I'm gonna chug this fucking
like a year
gallon
ago.
of
A year
Jergens.
ago, we had the whole hydraulic press versus channel, and then we had the
Yeah.
hot knife channel. The Chugs channel is the new thing, and it's so many questions. Does this guy just drink like? Can he drink a soda normally? Does he
Yeah,
have
it's like
to chug?
it's gonna go from mukbang to this.
It's insane. So check the channel out. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen, frankly. Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
Victor.
I'm Dylan.
We'll catch you guys on the next installment of Throne Talk next Monday at 8 o'clock. Bye.
Hasta la vista. Bye.